Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is E-Star Tarot, and today we're going to be doing another collective and timeless reading to ask our spirit guides, guardian angels, and ancestors what guidance they can give us for the next few days. We just had the solstice actually. I kind of forgot to acknowledge it in my last reading, so I'm acknowledging it here. Yesterday was the solstice, so we're right into winter now, officially. And with that, we get a lot of energies of rest and hibernation and self-reflection. So yeah, let's get some messages about how we can best stay grounded during this time. A lot of animals, they go underground actually to help themselves stay rested and warm during these few months. So yeah, Knight of Wands. Okay, Knight of Wands. Let's get a few more cards here. Oh, got two cards here as well. Got the three hairs. Interesting. So there's very much a life, death, and rebirth symbolism there, eh? So it's sort of very maiden, mother, crone. And I think the Celtic meaning behind that symbol was about that. For in Celtic cultures, they had this woman represent, like the three phases of a woman were sort of representing the seasons as well. And that changeover from winter, fall into winter, and winter into spring, where winter is kind of a death phase, so there's a lot that we can learn from it. And we go through a lot of deaths in our lives, transformations, changes. The old slips away, right? Page of Wands. So yeah, I think you're getting a lot of creative energy coming in here. So I think for you, this actually won't be very quiet winter. I actually think there's going to be a lot of energy coming in for you. And you're actually going to be very busy, as you have that energy of the night coming in, bringing you that creative spark, creative spiritual energy. And then you have Page of Wands. So you're actively learning, you're teaching yourself, you're trying to grow as a creative, as someone who's bringing that spiritual fire down to the 3D. Let's get some more cards here. So you might be getting a pretty creative project. And Knight of Cups. You got Knight of Wand and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, so there might be a lot of change in your emotional energy and how you feel about yourself in such a way that it's going to make you be a lot more in tune with yourself, to the extent that you start working on projects more. I think that you've been keeping on the back burner, or you've just kind of dipped and dabbled into. You haven't really gotten fully into it. I think now that energy is going to shift. Maybe it's just something about the winter is going to make you feel ready to... I'm getting like the winter into spring, you're going to feel really changed, motivated, very strongly motivated to make things happen for yourself that you've wanted to create for a long time. And it's not just trying to be creative and inspired, it's also that you are having some new understandings of yourself, of your heart and your emotions, that's going to allow you to be more creative in this way. So there's two sides to it, where you're not going to be held back by anything that's going to be, yeah. Nothing's going to hold you back that was in your heart that was blocking you from doing these things. Like maybe you were feeling sort of self-conscious, or you weren't in love with what you were doing in a way that made you play with what you wanted to create, like have that inner child kind of playful energy with it. But now things have shifted. and things are shifting in your favor, I think something's going to happen for you that's really going to light a fire under you. And it might be something on the emotional end of things, but yeah, there might just be like, it's like you fall in love with yourself in a different way that allows you to have like a different approach to what you were doing before. Like, I think you were doing these things before, but now it's like your approach is so different that everything takes off in a new way. It's like, oh, now I get it. Now I get how I want to do this. Yeah, Chariot. So there's a lot of movement in this reading. There's the 2 knights, and you have the Chariot here, plus the World. So a lot is changing for you. Really quickly, you're going to have a lot of change coming in. And it might be a little overwhelming, but I think actually where you have the knights here, I think you might be quite inspired to get moving. Like, you're not going to feel slow or sluggish. It's not going to be like a typical winter for you, I don't think. Yeah, a little sip of tea. Things are going to happen for you that are out of your control, but that are in your favor. The World being here says to me that something's going to come in for you that's like you're not expecting, but it's going to be like it's a new creative idea or project that you've been wanting to get underway for a while, but something was holding you back. Something was holding you back in the sense that you were trying, but it wasn't, you didn't have the right approach. It was like something was missing. Something was not aligned for you. But things are coming into alignment here. Yeah, it's like the universe is conspiring in your favor to get you this motivation back, this energy back that you've been missing, that you've been wanting to have. And I think that part of that has been like your inner child. Like that impulse to play, because when we create and we, make things happen in the world, a lot of times we're engaging our inner child to create, like to have real creative inspiration. And I think that's been a little bit suppressed for you, not a lot actually, for a long time, in such a way that you weren't able to get things underway. Like you weren't able to have like synergy with it. It was like you were doing it just to do it, but you weren't really fully there doing it. And now it's like you can relax and play and be free with it in such a way that now things are going to happen for you. Now there's going to be a flow to it where synchronicities and divine timing is going to come in for you. It might even be there's something to do with travel here that's going to allow you to do these things. Chariot indicates movement for me, and you got the World here, so it's like movement in the world. You might be moving somewhere physically, or just moving into a new headspace even. Where it's like before you created to maybe, I don't know, feel good about yourself or to feel like you were doing something. It was like for appearances, but now it's more like, now I'm really immersed in it. Now I'm really engaged. Now I'm like a kid at play. Yeah. So this is a good sign. It's going to be a very busy winter, but not a bad kind of busy. It's going to be the busy where you're really into it. It's not going to feel as much like work where you're forcing yourself to do something. It's going to feel like there's not enough time in the day because there's all these things I want to do. Or where did the time go? I've been having so much fun. Okay. Thistle. Oh, it was upright the first time. Yeah, thistle. That makes me think of like divine feminine there. Also the symbol for water as well. The element water. This is a 37, which is a 10. Breaks down to a 10. Completion here. Thistle. I remember got thistle recently, but now I forget it. Yeah, because the thistle card is usually about when something is holding you back. It's like when you bottle up anger and emotions and different things that are in your path to process, and you don't process those things. Sometimes it can lead to blockages and things not moving forward in the way that they should. But I think when this popped out, it was indicating that this is the end of that. Because you have that below the Knight of Cups, which tells me that you're working on these blockages now in such a way that it's going to get everything moving much more quickly. It's like opening up a dam, and the dam has been there for a while, so the water's just built up quite a bit, and everything's going to break loose in kind of a tumultuous way, but it's not going to be a bad thing. It's going to be a really good thing. Like all this movement, all these blessings that have been held back from you, where like emotional blockages were holding you back. Now that those are being removed, it's like everything comes so much faster for you in a way you're not used to. Yeah. So I think that this will be a big key to everything moving forward. Yeah, so we're going to switch decks now, actually, because we don't need any more seed and sickle. I'm going to do Maiden Mother Crown. I just said Maiden Mother Crone, but it's the Yule deck. It's funny. Maybe we'll get the Crone. Telling stories. Getting two different perspectives on this, but I think I want to get one more card first before I speak on it. Because I think partly you were telling yourself a certain story about yourself, about your path, about your future, and it was directing your destiny. But now that you realize that those were stories and not the truth, it's like now you can realize the truth, realize that your actual reality is something that you create with your thoughts, something that's going to be very different from what you thought it was going to be. It actually is going to go in a completely different direction you're not expecting. And then we have here turning inward. All the truths within thy breath have come to greet me. Yeah. Because you're turning inward, you're turning into the truth. Seeing what you really need and not what you've told yourself you really need. But there's also another interpretation I'm having here, which is that you have stories to tell because of your journey. And it's something you're going to be sharing in the future. But right now, in order to do that, you have to turn inward towards yourself, towards your own healing to make that happen in the future. But you're seeing yourself very clearly right now. It's like before everything was clouded, everything was like you can't see the face here. It's like you were hiding from your own face in a way. You were not seeing yourself clearly. And maybe others in your life had told you, said things to you or treated you in a certain way that colored your own self-image so that you actually didn't see yourself clearly. You didn't see yourself as who you really are. The truth of who you are. And I think who you are is someone powerful, someone you know, who can, you know, make waves in this world. And a lot of times it's those people that get, you know, pushed down the most, to be honest. People that have a destiny, that have some way that they're going to affect the world, that they're going to help the world, often get, you know, targeted. But I think that you are not going to allow that to happen now, because you see yourself so clearly that it can't happen. You can't have people telling you, you know, untruths or lies about yourself if you see yourself with clarity. You can be like, no, that's not true. I know who I am. Yeah. So you're not going to be stopped by that. It's not going to block you on your path anymore. And, you know, once the path is clear, it's like everything can move so much more quickly, right? That's why the chariot can get through the path. It can go down the road once it's cleared of all the brambles and the thickets, right? And then suddenly, wow, we're moving really fast now. Things are changing so fast. Oh my gosh. So that's something that you'll have to be aware of, is that things are going to move quickly for you. In a way, your brain and your heart might have to catch up with you, but I think you're going to be able to handle it. I think your guides and ancestors are going to make sure things happen in such a way that you can handle it. Because, right, and everything that is placed before us is something we can handle. That's why we're experiencing it. Yeah. I feel called to draw attention to, we have the bear with us today. Thinking of bear medicine, right? The bear likes to say that there's no tomorrow without the past, understanding the past, right? So you understanding your own past in a new way is going to help you move into your future. And as well, we have this beautiful amethyst crystal with us as well. So intuition and insights are coming in for us. Maybe that's also why you're getting all this fire energy coming in, because you have your third eye unblocked in such a way that you can get clearer visions now for the things you want to create, because you can imagine things and then bring them into the reality, right? Yeah. I don't know if anybody watches Stranger Things, but there's been new episodes, and there's this character, Holly, who one of the main characters, Michael, tells her that her D&D character can, I think he's talking about a cleric, but that they can visualize portals. They can visualize one of their abilities is they can visualize where they want to go and then create a portal to get there. And that's I really like that, because that's very true of how you're moving forward to where you need to go. And you have that ability to visualize where you want to go and get there. So, and that comes from your third eye, right? It comes from you visualizing, having a vision, and then moving towards it. I'm being called to use this deck that I actually got for free. This lady just gave it to me, which was really, really nice. And I think she was trying to clear out some old things, and I don't know, she gave me this deck that's it's essential oils. So it's all these different essential oils, like there's geranium, and has all this interesting information about them, how to use them. And then a nice little illustration there with a lady who always sort of represents the herbs. So yeah, we're going to use this today because they were very insistent about it. So I'm just going to go with it. I haven't really used this deck much, so I'll have to just kind of read through the messages quite a bit. Yeah, maybe essential oils is something that you're really into or you're getting into. Maybe that's something you're going to do in the future. Work with essential oils, or something like a business with it could be on the horizon. Or maybe you're just going to use them to help you heal. I find them very helpful for certain things. Like lavender always helps me sleep really well. So I'm always very grateful for lavender. Oh, there we go. God, what is it? Oh, I don't know if I can show this on YouTube, but I'll just put my thumb over the body there. But Hyssop. Very lovely illustration. Unfortunately, I probably can't show it on YouTube. But we'll just leave it there. Yeah. So Hyssop, it is sometimes easier to hang on to the old and familiar precisely because it is so familiar and habitual. But as a result, we are constantly creating the same situations to which we react in the same way over and over again. However, this makes personal development, let alone new chapters in life, impossible. Strike out into the unknown with the healing soul of the hyssop plant. Brush aside what has gone before, cleanse and clear yourself and your environment, and witness just how free you can feel. Yeah. So there's definitely a call to action here about, I was going to say freedom, and this says right there, freedom from guilt. Yeah, I forgive myself. This is the affirmation. I forgive myself. I forgive you. I forgive with all my heart. So perhaps you have to forgive yourself for being on this journey for so long where you haven't been able to engage with your inner child in such a way that you were on your path that you needed to be on. Forgive yourself for having believe these stories about yourself and letting it block you. It's not, forgiveness is a big part of this, and letting the grief wash over you. Because once we let things go, everything moves forward, right? And maybe that's part of the block is, because we have the Knight of Cups here. Maybe he wants you to move ahead with this, move forward in letting go of the past so that your future can get going for you. Because holding on to those things, thinking about those things, letting them control your energy, take your attention away, is only going to delay what wants to come in for you, which is, immense blessings. Yeah. It can be used to cleanse your own energy field, as well as your home, getting rid of constricting, oppressive energies, bringing mental and emotional clarity, and resulting in a sense of freedom. So freedom is really important here. And we have the World and the Chariot. So maybe there's something about you want to have that feeling like you can go anywhere and do anything. And part of that is you need to get these energies moving so that you can seize that opportunity, seize that future. Yeah, so aspects are forgiveness, letting go, redemption, eliminating destructive information and memories, a sense of freedom, creativity, clarifying consciousness, good for chakra clearing, stopping the endless spiral of thoughts. Yeah. Just maybe set her over here. Maybe I'll do that, and then she's not so, well, should be fine. Maybe I'll put the amethyst crystal over her. There we go. That works. Yeah, so there's, a need for cleansing, a need for clarifying. It's funny that the hyssop is purple as well, like the amethyst. They really match. I think that that's going to be part of clearing your vision, is to see yourself clearly in a way that allows you to just forgive yourself for any missteps in the past, or for delaying your life for so long, or just mistakes that happened in the past. Or I don't even like the word mistake. It's more because everything happens for a reason. There's always lessons to be learned within, difficult situations. So I think for you, I think it's about seeing the whole, the whole of the picture, the whole world, right? That is you. Seeing your whole journey as, you know, and there's no part that can be taken out. It's all part of the plan. And I think once you give yourself permission to let it go, let it go, let it go. It's very season appropriate for that song, right? But, you know, really let it go, because, you know, what's she saying in that song? It's funny how some distance makes things seem small, something like that. Yeah. And she's looking back at the town that, you know, oppressed her or restrained her. So, and we have the Chariot here, so maybe you are moving away from like a town or a city that really just didn't suit you or made you feel restricted. Or even, it might not have even been the town, just the people you were around were not good for you. But that'd be a good holiday movie to watch, actually. But maybe I'll put that on my list. But I think that, you know, there's something great about that story where she just goes off on her own. And it is like a bit sad, but at the same time, she does get this immediate sense of freedom and relief when all the burdens are gone. And all the people that used to not understand her are suddenly gone from her life, and she can just do what she wants to do. And she gets immediately creative, doesn't she? She makes this beautiful castle. She makes, oh, what's the name? Olaf, the snowman. Like everything just starts, it comes out of her hands. It just sparks to life. Her magic gets unleashed. And that's the same for you, I think. I think once you let go of all of the past baggage, things that were bothering you, the things that was just noise for you in your head, it's going to really unleash all the energies that have been waiting for you to use them, to unlock your power. It's so like Elsa. I'm really getting Elsa energy from this reading. It's great. I don't know if you've watched Frozen, Disney's Frozen, but you should definitely watch that if you haven't. And probably there's a good message there for you. Yeah, that's good. Since we're having all this feminine energy here, let's use that Neoteric Feminine Tarot. Going on. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen for you once this all gets going. That's it. Okay. How perfect. 8 of Cups. Exactly, you're leaving. We were talking about that. The world and the Chariot. You might be traveling the world, actually. You might even just be like backpacking or going on a journey where you kind of find yourself, right? You see things that you've always wanted to see. I think you're someone who, you feel so much lighter when you walk away. Like whatever's been holding you back, I think you have to forgive it and let it go, but at the same time, you got to walk away from it as well, because it's not something that's serving you. And I think it's just that your energy will feel so much lighter once you're gone. Yeah. And it's not just about the physical move, it's about the emotional movement. It's where your mind leaves that state of being. It's where you leave behind overthinking about it, thinking about the past, letting those memories run in your head. Those old stories, right? And it's hard to do this because you have to do the inner work. You know, catch yourself when you're spiraling in those thoughts and say, no, I'm not going to think about it anymore. I'm not going to focus on those things anymore. I want my energy put towards the things that matter to me. Like, happiness is a choice, and it's something that you have to work at every day. Now I'm thinking of, I don't know why Disney's so much on my mind, but what is that? Oh, Inside Out. Yeah, I'm not sure which of the Inside Outs. It's she says this, but it's Joy. Yeah, her name's Joy, and there's one where the other emotions, they're like, "You're delusional, Joy." And then she gets this crazy look and she looks back at them. She's like, "Of course I'm delusional. Do you know how hard it is to remain happy?" And it's true. It's actually, it takes work to stay joyful when things are going wrong, when things are spiraling out of control, when things aren't great. To see the positive in those things, yes, it can seem like delulu to other people that want to focus on the negative, but actually it's, it's a important step in making sure that you don't let the chaos get away from you, like let it get, or sorry, your emotions get away from you because of the chaos. Because that's going to, it's just not going to help the situation, right? It's not going to make you feel any better. It's not going to help you come up with solutions to your problems. It's just going to make it feel that much worse. And yeah, it does feel delusional at times, but you know what? You're going to feel a lot better. It's sort of like, if we're going to be in a bad situation, we might as well make the best of it, right? And not to say you shouldn't like spiritually bypass or examine things, because obviously turning inward here, you need to look at it. You need to see the sadness. But I think there's also a moment in that movie where Joy cries, but then things take a turn after that, where everything gets better. It's funny how those movies, sadness and joy, have this interesting dynamic where sadness needs to feel a little joy and joy needs to feel a little sadness to, help Riley, which is the girl that they're inside of, right? Inside her head. Yeah, something about that. But I think you're going to be feeling a lot more joy once you let this energy go. And once you face it, yeah. And maybe that's going to involve a little cry with turning inward. And facing those old stories. And forgetting, could be a bit of an emotional release. But I think that's, it's like burning away the bushes. Page of Pentacles, yeah. Because I think there's really big new opportunities here for you. And look, she's in Paris. She's traveling the world. Maybe you're going to go to Paris. France, Europe, maybe. But I think it could even be like maybe a like new opportunity, a new job even. I definitely see you learning it through the world, like learning it through traveling. Seeing all kinds of sights, just having new experiences that are way far away from where you used to be, away from those people and stories that used to hold you back. I see a big change here for you. Big time. Yay. So I think that'll be really good for you. Yeah, they're really pointing at this card, so I'm just going to take it. The High Priestess. Okay. Maybe there's something about your intuition here that's going to come into play. Like, I think that, I'm just curious what she's reading. Torah. She's reading the Torah. Spiritual knowledge here. Maybe part of what you're going to pursue in walking away from this old life and into this Page of Pentacle energy with travel is going to involve your intuition. Like maybe to get to this stage, this opportunity, there's going to be some, trust in your intuition involved. Like it might seem like a risky thing, but in the end, it's actually going to lead you to the thing that you want. And that's going to feel a little bit risky, but it's ultimately going to work out in your favor. Here, I'll just slide that back there. Works. Yeah, so I think that you have a lot to gain here by facing whatever it is that's been tumbling around in your head like laundry, essentially. whatever's been going over and over in your mind and your heart for a long time is the thing that's going to unlock your destiny once you face it. And maybe you are already in that process, doing that shadow work, doing that, the tough inner work. And that's what's bringing you into this new future. So yeah, I only see good opportunities here for you. I think you're going to have a really fun journey, actually. I think everything's going to get a lot easier now. Now that you're facing what's been holding you back. There's no going back. in a great way. Like, it's just like opportunities are just going to keep coming and coming because they're coming in with your intuitive energy and your intuitive gifts. They might even be intuitive gifts that are going to allow you to travel. Like, maybe there'll be something that you do for work that's going to bring you to many places in the world. Okay, I think that's the end of the reading. So I hope this was helpful for you. It was really interesting, and I think it's going to be really exciting for you. So I don't think you have to worry. I think it's going to be, I think you should get excited, actually, for all that's going to change for you. And all the things that you're going to get to explore. Like, it's like an energy like you're going to go on this big trip. And it's just like, maybe there's a little bit of nerves, but at the same time, it's like, there's just so much awaiting you, so much excitement and sights to see and new experiences that are just going to open up your heart in a whole new way. And I'm really happy for you that that's going to happen. So yeah, leave a comment if you want to share how this resonated or how you're doing on that journey. And yeah, I hope we'll see you in the next one. Take care.